Welcome back to another live trading session here on the S&P 500 E-mini futures. It's currently Wednesday, November 12th, and we're a little late in the day. I just started looking at the screens. I had a busy morning this morning, but I'm here and I can see that we had a downtrend here with the break, new low in place. So technically this had played out and now we have an uptrend here. You can clearly see that that's an uptrend. We have a small break and a new high in place. So technically this could be played out, but we have this little range here. So in my opinion, I think we're going to come back to this support. So if we could get a nice setup here off of the EMA, we're going to short this market because we know we can at least potentially come back to this support. You can see the EMA going flat. We had resistance, we had support, we overshot the resistance, and now we're coming back to the support. Both of these trends are played out. The only thing we're playing here is this range right now. If we overshoot it on the support side and we come back in, then potentially we can go long again. But right now we're just sitting on our hands and waiting for an opportunity here. Yeah, this definitely looks like a head and shoulders now. You can see the left shoulder right here, the head, and then the right shoulder. And this is looking very good because the right shoulder is lower than the left. If it was higher, then not so good because it made a higher swing than the left shoulder. So in this case, it's lower. So basically, this would be a lower low, lower high, and we could be attempting a new lower low. Come on, we need a bearish bar here. We want to see prices react off of this EMA. No bueno, no bueno, man. There is some resistance here, so that could help us. We have created some resistance here now. Will it be good enough? Will it be strong enough to help us to save our asses? Probably not. One more tick or what? We'll give it one more. Come on, give me a bearish bar. That would be crazy. A double top and then it sells off. Ooh, that would be this would be considered a lower high. Double top basically. That would be beautiful. Come on, give me a bearish bar. Right now I can move it here. That's it. No matter what happens, I ain't moving my stop loss. That's it. That's a double top. We're expecting a new low. We're expecting an overshoot. Risk to reward is good. Risking about 2.5 points to make 3.5 points, which is good. It's actually great. The buyers just don't want to give up. But if we're reading it correct, we have an uptrend here that was working up, break, two legs to a new high, so it's played out. We're back inside the range, and the way you play the range is you buy the highs, actually you buy the lows, and you sell the highs. We're selling the highest right here. So we want to buy here. That's why I have my target profit here, because in order to get out of a short, I have to buy the market back. So potentially there's a lot of buyers that are going to come in here. So we want to get out. Matter of fact, we'll get out one tick above that just in case. We're expecting an overshoot, so our target is pretty cool. Where our target sits right now, you know, it's perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate one more trade. I'm already in this trade here. Sorry for the chip noise, but I'm getting kind of hungry. But you can see we've had a downtrend here, break, and a new low in place. We also overshot this, what looks like a little range here. And we have a new swing high, higher than this swing high. And let me go ahead and zoom in here so you guys can see that. So this is actually a third entry long here, but you can see it looks like two legs, one leg, retracement, second leg here. So I'm just betting on 2 points here that we can get 2 points back to the EMA, and potentially this can go higher here because we're buying the lows here. Just for 2 points. And there you go, just like that. Yeah, so I had called it a day already, but I was doing something online and I happened to see this here. So it's a very good setup, nice signal bar. You don't want to get more than that because we potentially just have one break here and one leg. So we can make another leg to a new low and then come back inside. But this is such a nice signal bar that we can at least get a point or two. Now we could wait a little longer here and potentially if we start trending up higher and we get a failed second entry short above the EMA, we could ride it to this resistance now. We'll see what happens. And you can see why you would only want to ride it to the EMA. Since we're pointing down, the EMA can react as resistance and we could keep going lower. We're going to go ahead and get ready for a buy here if this failed second entry short happens here. So if prices break above that signal bar there, we're going to go ahead and take this long to the resistance, which is here. The resistance is right here. You can see first entry short broke higher, then broke lower. So that's a second entry short. If prices break above this signal bar, we're going to be in the money here. All right. So we'll go ahead and ride this all the way to the resistance here. because we're thinking that prices may come all the way to this resistance here, because you can see we're ranging. It was a bigger range than what I thought here. We had this little small one here, but it turned out to be this bigger one. So you have an overshoot off the top, overshoot off the bottom, and we had this downtrend that played out with the break and a new low. So potentially we're going to come back at least to the midline of this range. So we'll get out a little soon, but we're in a very good position here, in my opinion. And that's always scary. That's a freaking very strong bearish bar. Just trust your analysis. You know that range rules tell you to buy the lows and sell the highs, and they'll typically go from support to resistance. So if we break above that, I'm even tempted to move my target 1 point higher, because a lot of sellers are going to get trapped there if prices break above that. That wick there, you could imagine if we shorted here, our stop loss is 1 tick above that signal bar there. On the 10,000, we actually have a very strong bullish bar that just closed with a little wick on top. But the bullish bar is much stronger. Here, I can show you this. This 10,000 here. You can see this is the bar that just closed here. It's very strong. It just has a little wick at the top. So there is some selling pressure. It's just smaller than the buying pressure. Let's hope that's enough for market to continue higher here. Getting calls and calls here. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's get out of here.